We have a bad condenser fan motor, so it's running, but it's making a super loud noise when it's running. So I have a feeling the bearings are all seized up. The unit that's next to it, up on the roof, that condenser fan motor has already been changed out. So I bet you if we just change this out, we'll be good to go. So I thought I'd bring it along for condenser fan motor change out. Holding pin sticks. It goes in right here, and it holds that in place. There's a flat piece right there. As I get some rust buster, that'll make that easier to get off. So I would normally sand that. I would normally sand this, but the shaft is so small. On this one over here, I have enough where I would want to sand that before I pull this wheel off, and it'll make it easier to get this off. So this is my wheel puller. Basically, you're going to grab around this and pull it up. Use screw in and out to get a hold of that. So we'll kind of center it on there. Okay, we're going to tighten this down. Tighten that down. So now that's grabbing down on that, that's grabbing that. So as I swivel down on this here, it's going to push that core down. It's going to grab this and pull this up. Honestly, they're not usually this hard to get off. Usually they come off a little bit easier than this. It's getting there. It's coming, almost there. Crazy. Yeah. So for the purposes of putting the wires back in the same direction that they're coming off, I usually try to make a mark kind of here, like, hey, the wires are going in this direction. So when I put this all back together, when I take this off and put it all back on, then it's not going to look exactly like this because it's not, the motors aren't the same. But at least I'll have the wiring going in the same direction, and I can run it down into the compressor area, then back up where I need to. Don't really need to hang on to these, but it never hurts. It's going to come off like that. That's holding that. And so we still know where our wires go coming in. Here's our new motor. We just need to take off these. We have a plug down here, right here, that needs to be taken out. These plugs need to be taken out. Because inevitably in the wintertime, condensation or moisture will build up inside here, and it needs a place to drain out. So read the labels. The label says pull the plug from the bottom. If you don't, this thing's going to fill up with water over the winter, and you're going to be right back next year in the springtime replacing a condenser fan motor under warranty. So we need a ground. I always just try to reattach it to that. Put it right on top there. Okay. Got my nuts here. Like the Indy 500. Okay, for now I'm going to stick these through, but later I'm going to tuck them back under. may have to reverse these later. And these are the wires that reverse the direction of the motor. Remember, I said not everything goes back the way you found it. I mean, these wires are actually a little bit offset from that. So if it came straight out, it would be like that. I don't know if you can see it or not. If it came straight out, it would come out like that. But you gotta retrofit sometimes. That in there. Okay, so we're just going to back these off to get the fan motor to come off, fan blade. Thank God I had that today. When I put this back down on here, I'm going to take my my little pin here and align that flat spot up with this hole here, so that when I screw it all the way in, it pushes against that and holds it tight. Go. That's how that baby likes to go. don't know if you can see what's going on here, but so that ground wire, there's loose wires down in there, so I need to hold this up so it doesn't hit the fan blade when the fan starts spinning. So I'm going to zip tie this here, put that off, and I'm going to hide it down in there. So all you see is just, you might see that little zip tie. But we've got these going on. We've got these going over here too. So I'm gonna need to do the same thing with those. And I'll show you how I bend my little zip tie for it. Okay, so I turned my fan on. It's going the wrong direction. Some of you guys out there already know how to figure out beforehand how to get the fans to go in the right direction on the first try. But these are direction wires. If you just change this one to that one to this, it'll start spinning in the correct direction for you. So this is where I feel like this is where I feel like the good techs separate themselves from the bad techs. Hiding wires like this, I could just walk away right here. I could just like maybe zip tie that and just leave it. I could like just zip tie it right there, just leave it and walk away. But it bugs me to do that. So what I want to do, like I could be like, I could be like that guy. I don't want to be that guy. Don't be that guy. We're just going to try and I'm just going to put these down in here.